So his first thought is not to go to the police. That's what she said?
But she rejects the premise of which you're proceeding. She says she don't agree that he had to pass the police station to get her. Yeah, you're putting that premise there for another question.
No. That's a different question after.
So the premise is rejected.
Okay, I don't know if you like this one, sir. This is what I'm going to ask. Do you agree with me that if such an event had occurred?
What such the document?
The boy blowing up the vehicle with Rodney and was running inside. That the normal thing would have been for Rodney to remain on scene until the police arrived.
The police were not friends of the WPA in those days. Why would he remain on the scene there? The only way to make sure that friends and WPA knew that something had happened to Walter was for Donald to get to friends, not to get to the police, not to wait for the police.
But that would be the position of a normal WPA member. Do you agree that Donald Rodney at the time was not a WPA member?
I believe he was not.
And therefore, he was not political. He was not involved in your political activities, isn't that so?
He was Walter's brother.
Look, let me answer my question. He was not involved in the WPA political activities before Walter died.
Not involved in WPA public meetings. I don't know what else he was involved in.
And therefore, he would not have the considerations of a leader of the WPA or a diehard activist of the WPA to be afraid of the police. And certainly, answer that.
He would have the experience and the knowledge of the brother of Walter, who was fully aware of the attitude of the police to Walter and any other person associated with him.
By fleeing the scene of a crime.
He saved his life.
By fleeing the scene of a crime.
Did we get the answer? He saved his life before we
But I haven't finished putting the question to her.
Okay, sorry.
If you want to take over my cross examination,
Yes,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yes. So, he fled the scene. Do you agree that he fled the scene of a crime?
Donald left the scene of an explosion where his brother was, as far as he knew, seriously injured to get help from friends.
So his state of mind, therefore, was not that a crime had been committed.
Before the witness asks what is the state of mind of Donald, Mr. Chairman, somewhere respectfully, some sort of protection has been given to the witness. It's a common rule of thread in the common law. If you can't ask a witness what is the state of mind of another witness,
Save and accept, Mr. Chairman, if I may. Save and accept if it is based on factual evidence which has been tendered. And I would suggest that it may be fair to all of us if we refer to the evidence given by Mr. Souza at the coroner's inquest at page 24, where she says, in the third paragraph on that page, and I came out, Donald said again, that there had been a terrible accident and that we should go for Walter, which is in keeping, I think, with what she just said, that was our understanding that he had fled the scene where his brother had been injured and wanted to get help for him. And that is certainly supported by what is here. In other words, he did specifically say we should go for Walter. But in addition to that, since we are looking at the record, which I made, Mr. Chairman, at page 29, we have been there before, but again to be fair to counsel and to the I think we should put on the record exactly what is recorded there in relation to questions asked of the witness in relation to these words, terrible accident. And she was asked, although you spent 10 to 15 minutes with him, you did not find out how this terrible accident occurred. He said, no, I did not ask him. Is it correct to say after you saw the mangled remains of your leader, you did not ask someone about this? Her answer was, I assume. Question, do you know what an accident means? Answer, yes. Something that happened with a lack of design. Question, design. Question, when Donald told you of the accident, what you understood? Answer, something undesigned had happened. And then the question goes on, were you assisted when you were attending to Donald? So I think we need to put all of that out on the record so that we have the context as we move forward.
No, I'm ready for you to that page. It's page 29. Page 29 of the inquest, or evidence at the inquest. Yes. You accept this as the testimony at the inquest? Yes. Now, I don't see it here. So I could ask you this. Wouldn't it have been better for him to remain at the scene until the police came, the ambulance came, etc.?
No.
But could it be inferred that Rodney had something to hide? That's why he left the scene?
Wasn't inferred by me.
But that perhaps Rodney and Dr. Rodney were involved in an exercise that went wrong. I'm going to ask you.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
That he left the scene because he and his brother, his brother, had been involved in an exercise that went wrong.
And the first part of that question is, could it be inferred?
Yes.
Yeah,
Could it be inferred?
I've seen that thing for a
So you agree?
I think it was an inaccurate and inappropriate inference, but yes, that's the name.
What do you understand with the answer there, Mr. President?
Yes, the inference could be brought.
It would be inaccurate.
Would it be inaccurate and inappropriate? Or it would be inaccurate and inappropriate, I think.
It would be.
Inaccurate and inappropriate, I think they are words.
Yes.
One of the witnesses. But from where is inaccurate or whatever, one thing is clear. There was an explosive in the vehicle with Dr. Rodney and Walter Rodney were.
There was something that exploded, yeah.
What? Somebody, so you don't want to call it an explosive?
Something that exploded, I think.
Yes. And what would be clear is that there would be no lawful authority to have an explosive in the car at the time.
Knowingly.
What is your answer to that? What is your answer to that?
I'm not following the question. I don't know whether I'm being asked.
I actually thought it was the easiest question I asked.
You answered again.
Yes. I'm saying what is uncontroverted. It was one, there was an explosive in the car intended with the two men.
And she answered that?
And two, that we would not have had any license to lawfully have such an explosive.
All right, answer that. Witness please answer them 1 and 2 if you can. 1, it's uncontroversial that there was an explosive in the car. That's the first question.
And my response to that was that there was something in the car that exploded.
Thank you. And the second question was, Mr. Williams.
And that it would not have had any lawful authority or license to have such an explosive in their possession.
I would guess that neither Walton or Donald had licenses to be carrying things that explode, but I cannot say that they did.
And it could be inferred, and reasonably so, that was one of the reasons that we haven't seen. Of the explosion.
Again, this is an inappropriate and inaccurate thing for us.
What does it matter for you? I mean, when I'm addressing, it's my segregation, my domain to say to the commissioners, your demeanor, the manner in which you answer questions, your veracity, and I'm not getting into that now. I mean, you're asking me questions when I ask you questions. Okay. I just want you, we trying to get the work done here in this commission. And I don't have a choice, I have to ask questions.
I don't think she was asking a question, Luana. She was agreeing with you that yes, it could be inferred, but that would be inappropriate and inaccurate. She was repeating.
What would be inappropriate?
For you to infer that the reason, for someone to infer that the reason Donald left the scene was because he knew that neither he nor Walter had any local authority to have with them and explode.
And that's what I responded by saying, it's a man to sum it up. Yes, it's a man to sum it up. For addressing the honor.
You like to see to be eminently good, Mr. Williams.
Yes, but you know, even as I'm sitting here, the Pandora is opening up. But we will, Rodney is coming, so I don't want to take on more. I'm going to you that based on the fact of the WPA activities, for example, the civil rebellion, you erroneously concluded that it was the government who caused Walter's death. The civil rebellion. You know the civil rebellion as the WPA was pursuing during that period. You're aware that the WPA was pursuing a civil rebellion?
I'm aware that the WPA was holding some exceedingly well-attended public meetings in 1979. And
Only in 1979?
And at the beginning of 1984 was killed. I think it has been referred to as a civil rebellion in that period. But you're saying that as a result of those public meetings, the Walter was killed?
You have erroneously concluded that it was the government that caused Walter's death. That's a question which, not a question, it was a suggestion which you have to agree with or disagree with.
I disagree with that suggestion.
Now, you are aware of the 5 cells that the Puma had on his death? Which you are?
No, I'm not.
You are aware of that?
No.
You are aware of it?
I said no, I am not and was not aware.
What? You were not aware that leaders of the WPA were stockpiling weapons?
No, I was not.
Nothing for self-defense?
No. They didn't give me one.
Let's just break that.
And this is just break that.
The witness should be alerted that she has the right not to incriminate herself. Now,
In the context of that condition, and this condition that is a site.
now,
No,
based on that, and this hatred,
I think that the public don't need to be aware once again. No man testifying this condition can be prosecuted thereafter for anything that he has said related to any role that he may play directly or indirectly related to all government.
that makes
That has
sense.
been made quite clear, and the public ought not to be entertain any doubt that that would be an issue.
Yes. Now, you also arrived at that erroneous conclusion because, in your belief, the WPA harbored an insipid hatred of the PNC at the time.
You mean in the city?
Yes.
No.
Well, this is your evidence. WPA was totally opposed to many of the policies of the PNC government. The WPA was not a friend of the PNC. I mean, you made no bones about it. And you testify. You know that?
I was objecting to the word that they did. I'm not sure.
That's right.
It's a bit neutral.
No, but that's my question to you.
And she doesn't agree.
So you want to delete the word insipid and leave hatred?
If you would rephrase the question, so.
No, that just take up insipid.
Losing me.
I'm saying to you that you're right at the erroneous conclusion the government had a hand in Dr. Rodney's death because of the belief you harbored of the hatred of the WPA for the PNC at the time.
I actually was not aware of any kind of fatal hatred in the WPA. There was much criticism of the policies of the PNC, the behavior of the PNC. Hatred seems a little strong.
Well, I got to have with other witnesses. I just put it at me at this time. No. You were arrested for having military kids.
No, I was arrested on suspicion of burning down a building.
And that is the Ministry of National Development, did it?
I believe so, yes.
And you were charged for what?
Larceny of national services.
And national service as well. What kind of organization? And kind?
It was a paramilitary group which also did agriculture and various other things.
Mr. Williams, you know, I'm glad you're gone there because in reading over my notes, I wanted to inquire what was in the national service case.
Yeah.
We never knew. So you would clarify that.
Well, national service was a very good policy that was introduced.
No, just the case. What is supposed to happen in this case?
Oh, but it was like, with the uniform, the boots, and another part.
No, actually, what was taken by the police was sheep, pillowcase, and I think shorts and a t-shirt.
Well, that's it. The other part
That
of
was
the
right.
case.
So those things would be a national service case witness, do you know?
Those would be part of the stuff that was issued once you were in the national service.
I see.
I'm more concerned with the outcome of the charge.
I know.
And
Why not?
yes, but the witness testified about the outcome of the charge. You know.
That she was,
She testified about the outcome of the charge. That was dragged out over time and then finally disappeared.
No, it ended. It ended with
the important thing is she was never convicted.
Yeah, but I mean, we talk about her being charged for the case. At the same time, other leaders were charged for the arson of the building, the Ministry of National Defense building.
I was not the leader, so to say, author either.
But the leaders of the DA at the time, the only at the time.
Yes. Three persons were charged for arson.
And there was a similarity running through the two cases in that in the case of the leaders, they were alleged to have been wearing army kit at the time that the act was done. You agree with that?
I don't know.
Army uniform?
I don't know if that was in
You've never heard that before? The allegation made against the WPA leaders who were charged for arson, that they were wearing GDF uniforms.
I believe I've heard that.
Yes. And then you know with National Service uniform.
I just said council, that there was no uniform.
Well, WPA had their picture of collecting military things.
Chair, the witness gave evidence specifically.
I am concerned about the value of even the suggestion there, which he suggested, the circumstances of which the persons all charged were acquitted. It means, therefore, in the eyes of the law, that they were only allegations. They were never proven by any court. They were acquitted.
So they didn't exist, the charge?
Well, the charge exists, but they were never found guilty. It might be that there were only techniques of harassment.
But it could be otherwise too. That the matter was protracted and we was in fact, the witness said one witness from National Service gave evidence, and then because of the weight, the distance the court was, if their lawyers couldn't get to go to the court and they couldn't synchronize the prosecutor and the lawyers at the time. So in many ways,
How much value can be placed on allegations that resulted in acquittal? How much value can the commission place on that? An allegation resulted in a commission and an acquittal. Can we yet quantify that people were...
sir, what we put is the fact that a charge was made.
Yeah, but that is before...
But this commission has been accepting all kinds of things. Do we have to go over that again?
Mr. Miller, speak to me as a lawyer.
Mr. Chairman, as I'm speaking to you as well, we have been...
Value can I put on evidence where people were charged and they were acquitted?
But you see the fact, sir, if I charge with GDF reform, and at around the same time, Mr. Souza is charged for National Service State. What is wrong with bringing that into on the record?
Yeah, but what inference can I draw from that? This was a technique by the
Witnesses have already, that's what I say about my memory, you know, the fact is the problem. Witnesses have already testified here that the WPA had penetrated the discipline forces. So how is that irrelevant that Mr. Souza was charged with killing for National Service and the arson suspect had on GDF military uniforms? How could that be relevant? Because they were acquitted when no prosecutions are done behind.
Mr. Miller, you can tell me what is the linkage and significance.
So at the time when we addressing, sir.
If I may, please, Mr. Chairman, I do believe that this is a matter which did not finish in 1980. But if we look at the verbatim reports from Mr. Souza, it was addressed at page 64 to 65, where Mr. Souza stated, since the offense was supposed to have been committed in Berbice, my case was transferred to Weldon and Fort Wellington courts, and the trial essentially went on for about 6 years. I think it ended in 1985. Mr. Hamad, it ended in 1985. Could you say who was the presiding magistrate at the time the matter was completed? I think his name was Singh. I do not remember. Yes. What was the outcome of the trial that was completed in 1985? I do not remember the technical language, but essentially it was no conviction was recorded. No conviction was recorded. Was there ever a finding of guilty or not guilty? Can you recall? Ms. D'Souza, I do not think there was. The Chief Justice might remember. He was prosecuting me at the time. Who was the Chief Justice that was there, just for the record? What is the name of the person that prosecuted me? Ian Chan.
Well, that reinforces my point even more. Because the witness hasn't said that there was a conviction, there was an acquittal. The witness doesn't know.
Mr. Williams, we may get some assistance later on, because I think there may be some assistance coming from some of the police staff that we have here.
That would be good.
So
That would be
just a minute, I think
As I said, we'll address all the matter, but it's important to put it on the record. But even the witness herself is not sure what happened. We don't know.
And what was read to you is that phase 3
No, I'm aware of that, so I read it last night. Yeah. Okay, I haven't heard a word yet from my friend.
asking you to stop or
My friend.
encouraging you to press on?
My friend Mr. Rapp. Mr. Chairman, I think I wanted to focus on the incident with Rodney, etc. I read a lot of witnesses and all the things that were mentioned, part on the scene, and it would not do well to continue to engage. So that would be all.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. Who was that? Mr. Roberts, did you?
No, tomorrow is a different set of witnesses.
Who was next?
I'm prepared to go next, sir. I shall not be long.
Well, I think we may be able to finish you.
Yeah.
Before we go put it in a crack on. Hold it, please.